Okay, so if you've been noticing lately, you realize that companies have just decided to copy Apple. I don't know why this is the case, but I actually think it's a good thing and a bad thing. Let's look at a couple of them. Some of them Chinese, most of them are like Asian. But the funny part is that some have actually started out their company with that intent. I don't want to mention names, but even some are now deviating, like our beloved Samsung. They are now squaring off the edges, giving that boxy feel and design. I don't know whether this is the new design theme for flagships now, because even Google are doing it. But I really think it's somewhat like a back and forth competition, because Apple, in terms of software, copies Samsung, like how iOS 18 is now customizable, blah blah, all of that. So if you got the little message in the beginning, this video is about a brand, the P9, and how they copied Apple with their product, the P9 Air Max. So as you must have guessed from naming alone, this is obviously a direct clone to Apple's AirPods Max. You see what they did with the naming? They removed ports from Apple AirPods Max and they put P9, so that's the P9 Air Max. So that's one. Then two, they tried to copy, or they didn't try, they bluntly copied Apple's design, but they didn't copy the whole assignment. So they tweaked some things like adding 4 physical buttons, and they removed the crown from Apple AirPods. So that's two. And of course, metal is very expensive, so they went all plastic with this one, and that's 3. More on all these 3 points throughout the video. Okay, to start, I do have my pros and cons, but first I'll tell you everything I dislike about this product, then I'll tell you everything I like about this product. So first, my main issue with this was the clamping force. Guys, this is just too tight, like it's crazy. Then when you try to adjust it to make it become a little bit looser, then it becomes too loose, so you just have to like live with it. I don't know whether this is like a product defect, because other reviewers that reviewed the same product didn't complain about this. I don't know whether it's my head shape, but that's the point. Headphones are supposed to be one size fits all, right? Well, I'm not sure. I haven't tried various techniques. I tried stacking it against books to like expand the plastic, but I was just too afraid to snap in half. I just had to live with the headphones pressing my ears. So another thing which I want to point out, which is the major reason why I got these headphones, is for proper sound isolation. Like if you're able to pick up this background, you hear that where I'm at right now is like, it's really noisy, and it really helps to have something to isolate noise and just help you remain calm in any type of situation or in any environment. So initially I wanted them to be ANC. ANC simply means active noise cancelling headphones, but I made some research and I've got PNC, so that's passive noise cancellation. So basically they are just two different things, they are basically opposites. So ANC isolates sound with the use of technology by sending out reverse signals to the ambient sounds collected over the microphones to produce silence, whereas PNC isolates sound solely with the use of mechanics. So how built, or the better built the headphones are for PNC, the better sound it isolates. So basically that's ANC and PNC. ANC does a better job at isolating lower frequency noises, but doesn't do a good job at isolating higher frequency sounds, while PNC does a great job at isolating higher frequency sounds, but doesn't do a good job at isolating lower frequency sounds. Now, the inability to switch between modes, like some headphones like JBL and Oraimo, I'm sure of JBL, and I'm sure of Beats, I'm sure of Sony's. Yes, they have this ability to switch between ANC or PNC. Well, they call it adaptive noise cancellation. Well, it's the same thing. They have like an external app that allows you to, digitally control the level, even the level of noise like the headphones are blocking out. The ability for these headphones to switch between noise cancellation or transparency mode makes it more of a con for me and not a pro. And again, the clamping force. If the clamping force had been a lot better, no doubt PNC would have still been an option, because when you try to, loosen the headphones a bit, you lose some of that PNC, and that's just the problem. And now the third reason why these headphones just bombed me was the microphone on this. The microphones are just low quality. I'll try to play a small clip of microphone quality on the P9 MRC so you guys can just hear a bit of what I'm talking about. Like on calls, my voice sound muffled, I can't even record voice notes. I even have to use my iPhone speaker. I'll actually even do a comparison so you can actually hear the clear difference between the iPhone speaker and the P9 MRC's microphone. It's just too bad, guys.
So this is the audio recording from the P9 MRC.
Now this is the audio quality from my iPhone SE 2nd gen speaker. So officially done with the cons now. Now let's get to the pros. So first up, I want to talk about the audio quality. For this type of headphones, for these budget headphones, like these are really good budget headphones. If you check my Instagram, you see a short about this or a reel about this. I talked about them. It is good. Audio quality is just top notch. Although the mids and the highs and whatever is not too punchy, it's not the best listening device. At least I'm not an audio fan. You can perfectly listen to music with this, no biggie, no stress, nothing. But just that you can't listen to music with it for like long hours because the clamping force will not just allow that. But if the clamping force had been a lot better, no doubt I'll actually want to listen to music with this like for a really, really long time. The second reason why I like these headphones so much is just because of the weight. Apple AirPods Max are made of metal. Most of the materials used in the AirPods Max production were just solely metal. But this on the other hand, like got the same job done just with plastic. Guys, I can't use it just a finger right now. This is crazy. I love this because of how light they are. When you wrap it around your neck, like you don't feel anything because it's very light and it's very versatile. It wouldn't make a big difference when you put this in your like work bag. It's versatile. You can carry it around because of it's very light, and I just like this so much because of how light they are. No doubt, if the clamping force had been a lot better, again with the clamping force. If this clamping force had been a lot better, like a lot softer on the ear, no doubt I'll be wearing this for a really long time to appreciate the next feature, which is battery life, guys. So basically, these headphones has a mediocre 6 to 7 hours of battery life. Now some may argue that this 6 to 7 hours is not it for them because our AirPods Max are going up to 20 hours. JBLs are going up to 40 hours with ANC on and 50 hours without ANC. Those numbers are crazy, guys. 6 to 7 hours is actually good because if you think about it, how long will you want to actually use headphones? Like I said again, I'm a light user, so for me it will probably be like 2 to 3 hours a day. Some days I might not even use headphones. So basically when 2 to 3 hours are gone, you are basically left with like 4 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours left of battery. So then you might actually want to charge it up if you actually even use it for more than 2 hours a day, which most of you would actually do. So charging, speaking of charging is really good on these guys. First, the cable is versatile. So they went with Type-C. Type-C, I said it on my shorts. Type-C charges your iPhones now. Type-C charges the headphones. Type-C even charges laptops now. So Type-C is a very versatile cable. And knowing that this headphone is part of that Type-C ecosystem, just one cable to charge all your devices, really makes it nice. So as for charging speed, it takes about 30 minutes to an hour for it to get fully charged from 0 to 100. It's actually fast. We call it fast. It's not super fast although, but it's actually fast. Another pro for me is the buttons. First, the placement of the buttons. So it doesn't have to be like all up in front, so everybody doesn't see that it's obviously a clone. You can invert that so the headphones can be more like this and the buttons are hidden just for the front view though. But I actually like that there are actually 4 physical buttons. Like I said earlier in the intro of this video, I talked about how Apple AirPods Max didn't have a physical off button, which is crazy. Why won't your headphones have a physical off button? So for the substitute for that, Apple designed a weird case that the headphones go in to shut down the system. That's not comfortable because one, the AirPods are actually heavy, and sometimes you wouldn't want to like put the AirPods in a bag. You actually want to wear your headphones on your neck because it looks cool, you know. But Apple doesn't allow that basically. But this obviously has a physical off button, which is nice, and there are 4 mappable buttons. So these 4 buttons are like basically mapped to the controls of your media or your audio. But one thing I do not like about this is that the forward button, the volume increase button, when you want to increase the volume, it's a long press guys, not a physical like tap push. It's just a long press, so you might over press or something. It's just not comfortable, but that's not really a big issue because at least it has an off button. Last but not least, the real reason why this is a very good budget headphone is because of it's a budget headphone. It's even cheap, I would say. It's not actually budget. Like you can hear this, $20 guys. I got mine for about 17,000 naira. 17,000 naira around a month ago. You can obviously get it for cheaper at various e-commerce websites. You might even see some at $10. I really appreciate it. You can even hear the plastic squeaking. It's made of cheap material, plastic, but it gets the job done for me because I'm not an audiophile again, and I don't really listen to music that often. That's about it guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, do whatever to support the channel because I appreciate y'all, and thanks for 100 subscribers again. Till next time, peace.